let's jump head first right into it.
Right into it.
Spider-Man Far From Home trailer
boy.
dropped. Finally, we debated a month ago?
Oh yeah,
6 weeks maybe.
So it feels like forever.
It's definitely been over a month. It was before the Endgame trailer come out. Was the Endgame trailer going to come out? Was Spider-Man going to come out the same weekend?
What would the Spider-Man trailer have?
Yeah,
yada yada.
Were people going to get pissed because they showed it, and that means he's back to life because it takes place after Endgame? Whatever. If you haven't seen Infinity War, that's not my problem. Well, we have some answers to those questions now that we've seen the trailer. I think a lot of things were answered. No, I think pretty much nothing was answered realistically, which is nice.
Yeah.
I think they left a lot of meat on the bone. So people are like, some people are freaking out. Some people don't understand what's going on. Some people think they just spoiled Endgame
a little bit, but not at the end of the day. Who was gonna go into Endgame thinking
Black Panther
everyone's
gone,
dead.
Spider-Man gone, and they weren't coming back?
They're all dead.
Like, you really believe that? Anybody who's above the age of 5,
right?
Believe that? Okay, maybe. Okay, anyone who's above the age of 10, my nephew's age, even nephew knew they're coming back. You know what I mean? And he doesn't even know that Spider-Man's got a 10-movie contract, that they've signed certain people up for X amount of movies. Now, if you know, a quick Google search will tell you any of this information, by the way. But we'll delve into that here in a little bit. The trailer itself, I thought, was really good. It was exactly what it was supposed to be. It's a Spider-Man-centric trailer that shows his next journey, his next solo mission. It really emphasizes the solo part. Well, Nick Fury's there in the trailer, but it really emphasizes the solo part.
Right.
Happy is like front and center throughout the trailer. There's that part in the beginning where I think they're at Feast. Which if you play the Spider-Man game, that's the place where Aunt May works, which helps the homeless and stuff like that. And you can see Spider-Man's at this homeless care place, and he's giving thumbs up, and then they go like in the back room, and he's got his mask off, and Aunt May's there, and Happy walks in with like a $5 million check.
I don't know. It's just one of those big.
I didn't even look at who the check was made out from, because that says who's it to, but I guess I didn't know who it was from.
I mean,
but.
Smart money's on Stark.
Right, and then he makes some comment about, is Stark alive? We'll get there. Because I think it's intentional that Robert Downey Jr. wasn't showing it all. You know what I mean? It's intentional that they only showed the people they showed. Which Nick Fury disappeared in the snap too.
Right.
So, I guess it does spoil a little bit. Whatever. That doesn't bother me at all. But then Happy makes some comment about like nice dress, is it new? And like there's something between Happy and Aunt May, which I'm like totally cool with.
Yeah.
Because Happy's a cool character and he's been around since the beginning. And to see him be the one to like kind of get the hot Aunt May, that was dope. I like that. Well, comparatively.
Right.
She's gone backwards in age since, like the Raimi
Happy's getting that.
Happy's getting happy. Happy ending for Happy? No, I'm sorry. I'll stop.
Goodness.
I'll stop. But yeah, so then it cuts to he's going on a trip to Europe with his class, and he's gonna leave the Spider-Man suit. Now, what you didn't see is in the international trailer, he has that bag. And did you notice the suitcase he packed had BFP on it?
No, I didn't.
Ben F. Parker.
Okay.
So it was his uncle's bag. It's like a blue and brown bag, but it says BFP on it. And he packs it. You see him kind of packing it, and then in the international trailer, they actually show him getting checked at the airport. And like the chick opens it up, and his Spider-Man costume's right there, and she just like, you can't have this, and she holds up a banana.
Oh,
but like, and there's a note from Aunt May like, you forgot something, because she told him to pack it, and he was like, I don't want to pack it, I just want to enjoy my trip. I'm just trying to be a kid here, And there's a moment when he shuts the closet on the suit in the beginning, and the people are speculating there's a look on his face, and it's kind of a sad look. And it's maybe because Tony's dead and he doesn't want to bring that suit, reminds him of Tony, because we don't see the Iron Spider suit at all.
No.
We see the suit from Infinity War, or not, from Homecoming.
Right.
Then we see a darker version of the suit from Homecoming with like the darker blues accents. And then we see the black stealth suit, pretty much, I'll call it. It's pretty much a stealth suit.
Right.
But they all look like somebody made them, and somebody gives them to him through this, because he travels with what appeared to be the original suit to Europe, but then appears to have on the darker suit when he finally puts like the suit on over in Europe. I don't know. We'll find out. And just pure speculation. Good old speculation. But then they get to Europe. Things are kind of transpiring, and then he calls what's MJ. He says that's MJ, but her name isn't. Why am I blanking on Mary Jane? So I don't think her name's actual Mary Jane. I think her name's just MJ.
Yeah, I guess I didn't pay,
because they never clarified that in Homecoming.
Right.
So it's curious. It'll be curious to see how that kind of transpires, because they actually called her MJ, and then he's talking to Ned in their hotel room, and Ned gets stun dart in the neck, and it's Fury. Fury's like, "Yo, I got a mission." So then they a couple shots of him traveling with that, and then throughout the trailer they keep showing these elemental monsters.
Yeah.
One kind of looks like maybe a Sandman type creature. One's
There's
a
like
fire creature,
yeah.
and then maybe Hydro Man, a big water creature. Maybe. I have a different theory on what I think they are, though.
Okay.
I do. I don't think there are any other bad guys. I think Mysterio's the only bad guy. But then Mysterio, Jake Gyllenhaal, shows up, and he's like, "You don't want any of this or whatever."
Yeah,
and
you don't want to take part in.
Yeah, you don't want to take part in this. And he's in like a really cool, almost Chitauri looking, like armor. Like he took Chitauri stuff and made armor out of it. That would be really cool if that's kind of a central theme to how all Spider-Man's rogue gallery comes into it, is they use the Chitauri attack, and that kind of spawns all of his rogue gallery.
Well, and it would
because
make
they
more
all
sense.
are in New York.
Right. Well, and not only that, they're also all, I guess, everymans.
Right.
And it's an easy way to make clever and interesting villains without making them all Iron Man level intelligent, because that's the only way to really have these people, I guess, make a suit that can compete with a suit designed by Tony Stark. Is they have to be on a similar.
Well, they have to get
IQ
alien tech. They have to get alien tech. They're not that smart, so they need tech to advance them. So getting the Chitauri stuff, like Vulture did, like maybe Mysterio does. But it looks like Mysterio uses some sort of magic that's similar to like a Doctor Strange type of stuff. You almost saw some of the similar designs when he's. Because then after he says that, he like blasts this like green mist, and then you see him flying around with the fishbowl on his head around the giant water monster. Now, here's my thought. So, Mysterio is actually making all these monsters. They're all illusions, pretty much. But they have to be more than illusions, because they're actually destroying stuff.
Right.
So, it can't just be a visual thing. They actually have to exist in physical reality. So, magic would kind of bridge that gap for them, and so they could easily fall on that. So, what I think is he wants to be like a famous hero. He wants to be like everyone like he's almost like a YouTuber like that wants to be popping, right?
So here's my follow-up. So he has the magic or whatever, and with the whole Doctor Strange stuff and like the sorcerers kind of like, I guess, falling apart or whatever verbiage you want to use. Do you think it's possible that this guy is like a low-level poopy strength sorcerer?
He could have been trained by not Dormammu. Oh, no.
I don't think that...
Who's the dude who left
I know which guy
Order.
you're talking about, but I don't think... Because he said he wanted less sorcerers. I don't think he would train a guy to be a sorcerer. I think it's very possible that this is just a guy who was...
Baron Mordo.
Yeah.
Got it. Baron Mordo.
Because even that one guy, I forget his name, but the guy who's got his legs back or whatever using the magic, he didn't have to stay even though he knew about the magic. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think realistically, this could just be another sorcerer who maybe failed out or sucked and decided you could be right as far as like
pure enough because he wanted the fame. He wanted the adulation for it.
So he's got like a low tier of magic, but then gets the Chitauri tech and uses that to amplify or work with his magic,
and then somehow uses the elemental magic to make these monsters to cause catastrophes, to stop the catastrophe, to make himself better, to get publicity. It would make a lot of sense,
kind of connect the universes a little more, like these movies like to do.
Especially if, let's say, a lot of the heroes were gone for some reason, and there was a big hero void.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm gonna fill this void.
I'll be the next Doctor Strange.
Well, or you look at the one guy when they were showing the clip at the end of the trailer, and he's like, that's like Thor and Iron Man rolled into one. And he's like, yeah, but he's still no Spider-Man. Flash says that, and then that's my favorite part of that whole trailer, because then Flash is like, he's no Spider-Man, and MJ goes, what do you got with Spider-Man? He's like, he's got a sick suit. He protects the neighborhood. He's a dope guy. And then Peter walks up, and he looks back and goes, what's up, dickwad? And Peter just gives him like a thumbs up. That was my favorite part of the entire trailer, I thought. Yeah, I thought it was really well done. I don't think you needed to put this trailer out. Right. You need to let people know that there's a Spider-Man movie coming in July. I guess could have waited until after Endgame.
I think it's like
March, April. It's only like 2 months. Oh no, February, March. That's like 3 months away. Yeah.
I wouldn't have. This is my thing. I don't think it was bad, and I think people maybe overreacted.
Oh, definitely overreacted. Some of the stuff is crazy out there that people are like.
But
upset.
like we talked about, you could have been, I guess, a lot more creative. And obviously, no one's going to be under the delusion of a Spider-Man movie does not contain Spider-Man.
Right.
But even not showing him in the trailer.
How do you do that? A trailer of just MJ and Ned and everybody? That doesn't make sense.
I think it's possible. No. I don't think it's easy. I think it's possible.
I think it's fine to show the first salvo of the fourth phase without giving any story details. And that's what they did.
Right.
That's what they did. They made this feel like it had a similar feel to the John Hughes style that they did for Homecoming. Mm-hmm. One of my guys online pointed out that it felt like a spy film. Dennis, you know Dennis.
Yep.
He said that it really felt like a spy film, like a James Bond spy film.
You know, it felt. I won't.
And
I think
was like,
it feels
it's a nice cross between those.
I feel like it's less because you know how like Winter Soldier felt more like a James Bond.
That's
type
what I
spy
said
movie. This one's a little more fun. What's it? You know, like
that's what I said. It's like a John Hughes spy film with Spider-Man.
More like what's that one? Get Smart and some of those other like more comedy, jokey spy movies, but are still spy movies.
Naked Gun.
Maybe not that level of comedy, but yes, similar vein. You know what I mean? Like it's a spy movie, but
let's just hope O.J. Simpson's in
more fun than say
in Spider-Man.
More fun than say like Winter Soldier type spy movie.
What if it's a swerve and they replace Nick Fury with O.J. Simpson in the Snap, or Samuel Jackson, and then O.J. Simpson becomes Nick Fury? No, is that not possible? Internet, you're with me? Who's with me?
No.
O.J. Simpson as Nick Fury.
No.
He's a little fat and out of shape. Samuel Jackson's killing it, though. Glass coming out in a couple weeks. Or no, this Friday.
That looks pretty good. It makes me regret not seeing
Split.
Yeah.
Then you got Captain Marvel, which he's like in a lot with 2 eyes and younger, which will be weird. And then it looks like he's going to be heavily featured in Spider-Man. And who knows how much he pulls into Endgame. Although you'd have to suspect not very much, because when he shoots Ned and he says, "Hey, you're Spider-Man," you kind of get the feeling that they haven't met before, because he's like, "You're Nick Fury."
Right.
So that almost implies that they have never come into contact.
Right.
Which is interesting. You think that they could do Endgame without a giant battle of all the super, like if they don't give you that thing that everybody wants, like the Wakanda one, but with everybody, like instead of having all the people on Titan and all the people in Wakanda and having the 2 different battles going concurrently in Infinity War,
I think
everyone's always wanted the giant battle with all the heroes and a bad guy. Do you think we'll actually get that, or do you think that like there's a lot of heroes that we want to see meet up, that we think will meet up, that never even going to cross paths in Endgame?
I don't think you can, because that was always the big question with.
Or is it going to be like a time travel mind wipe thing?
How do you put that many heroes into one scene? And I think they managed to piece it together smart by separating it, but keeping it cohesive and have the what's going on with each other's battles still affect each other.
Right.
But I don't think you can.
Well, you need more than one bad guy, and you need more than one bad guy in an army of like robots.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like,
because that's why the airport scene works in Civil War. It's because there's a million heroes fighting, or not a million. There's like 10.
Right.
But you know what I mean? They each have their counterpart to fight against. Where if you had, let's say, a league of villains, like something like that, then you'd have different villains for different people to go against, right? Makes sense.
Yeah.
So overall, I really like the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer. I think it leaves a lot of stuff open. I think it showed us exactly what it needed to. I hope we don't get anything more until after Endgame. This should be it until after Endgame.